Good morning, and thank you for being with us on THV 11, streaming on THV 11 Plus. I'm Karen Fuller.
I'm Hayden Balgavy. Happy Thursday morning, everybody. Meteorologist Tracy Bean has been with us the past hour, and now Ashley King is in the house getting you ready to start your day with a look at traffic. What's going on, y'all?
Yeah, good morning.
Hey.
It's a bit quiet traffic-wise, thank goodness. Hardly anyone on the roads even this morning, I would say.
I noticed that too.
Yeah, it's pretty quiet, so hopefully it stays that way for you. Our weather's getting a little bit more active as we're heading into the next few days. We've been talking about the possibility of a couple of days with some storms and again some rain. We desperately need the rain. We are watching again in western Arkansas. We got some storms moving in from Oklahoma and Texas, and they were a bit severe last night, and although they have died out a little bit, there's a little bit of resurgence this morning, but I do expect them to continue to again dissipate. They're not going to get too bad this morning, but they are getting some much needed rain out there in western Arkansas. Definitely need it. We need it everywhere, in fact. Here in central Arkansas, just a cloudy morning out there. We are going to see those temperatures being a bit cooler, but it's still going to be a bit warm and muggy out there. It is 69 in the capital city. That humidity is around 81%, and those winds southwesterly around 13. They're picking up, and we're going to see some gusts around 30 miles per hour today, and could see a little bit more in those higher elevations. So looking at our satellite and radar, again, just watching a few of these rain showers and these storms. Nothing severe at this time, but we could have some that are becoming a bit more strong as we're heading into the afternoon in northeast Arkansas. We'll need to make sure you're paying attention this afternoon. Again, low level threat for severe, but we're going to keep you updated on what you need to know. So stick with me. We'll talk hour by hour coming up in a few minutes, but for now, we're going to check on that traffic with Ashley.
Yeah, Tracy, as we just mentioned, not a lot going on our roads just yet. Looking at the Big Rock interchange right now, seeing a few cars on the road, but not heavy volume, nothing that's going to slow you down if you're coming in off of 430 onto 630 or heading out west on Chenal Parkway there. So that's what's happening right now. As you can see with our live traffic map, no issues. We'll get another check of traffic here in just a little while.
All right, Ashley, thank you. Americans are waking up to new signals about where the war in Iran could be heading. In a primetime address last night, President Donald Trump laid out his timeline for ending the conflict while making it clear tensions with key allies are now growing. CBS's Jared Hill has the latest.
It's been just 1 month.
President Trump, in a primetime update on the war in Iran, suggested the operation is close to an end.
We are on track to complete all of America's military objectives shortly, very shortly.
Nothing new on a timeline, but President Trump offered a full-throated defense of the war.
My first preference was always the path of diplomacy, yet the regime continued their relentless quest for nuclear weapons.
Following weeks of attacks on Iran, President Trump promised to continue the U.S. bombing campaign, but said nothing about American boots on Iranian soil.
We're going to bring them back to the Stone Ages where they belong.
Hours earlier, President Trump posted on social media, Iran's new regime president has just asked the United States of America for a ceasefire, a claim Iran quickly called false and baseless, insisting no negotiations are taking place.
If there is no deal, we are going to hit each and every one of their electric generating plants very hard.
The focus on Iranian energy amid growing concerns about the recent spike in U.S. gas prices, as shipping in the Strait of Hormuz has ground to a halt.
This short-term increase has been entirely the result of the Iranian regime launching deranged terror attacks against commercial oil tankers.
President Trump urged allies to secure the strait with U.S. help. The British Prime Minister is hosting a virtual summit today on reopening the waterway. Jared Hill, CBS News.
The president did not bring up his recent threat to once again pull out of NATO after criticizing the alliance for not backing the U.S.-Israeli operation. Now we're learning that NATO's Secretary General is scheduled to visit the White House next week.
An executive order from President Trump's second term is now in front of the United States Supreme Court, challenging whether birthright citizenship should apply to children born in the U.S. to parents here illegally or temporarily. The case centers on the 14th Amendment, which has long guaranteed citizenship to anyone born on U.S. soil. Trump briefly attended the hearing Wednesday where his administration argued policy would reduce incentives for illegal immigration. But attorneys for the American Civil Liberties Union say the order is unconstitutional, pointing to more than a century of legal precedent backing birthright citizenship.
I am confident that the court is going to turn back this president's effort to radically rewrite our 14th Amendment rule of birthright citizenship.
Several justices, including conservatives, pressed the administration's argument, signaling some skepticism about changing established interpretation of the Constitution. The court is expected to decide the case by the end of June.
This morning, a family in Pulaski County is grieving the loss of a 2-year-old girl after a deadly dog attack over the weekend. Now they are remembering her joyful spirit while also calling for accountability and change in their community. THV 11's Tamer Knight joins us in studio with more details. Tamer?
Well, Hayden, the family of 2-year-old Celeste Jackson says they're still trying to process an unimaginable loss while holding on to the memories that mean the most. According to the Pulaski County Sheriff's Office, Celeste was attacked by a dog on Norman Road Saturday night. Deputies and fire crews performed CPR, but unfortunately, Celeste died at the scene. Her family says this tragedy may have been preventable if the previous concerns about loose dogs in the area were addressed. Neighbors echoing those concerns, saying roaming dogs have become an ongoing safety issue.
Had they came out and rounded up these loose dogs, stray dogs, whatever you want to call them, around the neighborhood, maybe none of this would have ever happened.
Her body might be gone, but we're gonna do something to help the community and keep Celeste's name alive. And the community needs to know that they're not allowed to have their dogs out running around.
According to Pulaski County, they followed an ordinance that requires stray or roaming dogs to be picked up. Dogs deemed dangerous must be confined. Authorities confirmed the dog involved has been located and is now in custody. DNA testing is underway to confirm its identity. At this time, no charges have been filed, but the family says they are seeking legal guidance and a GoFundMe has been created to support them during this time. For THG 11 News, I'm Tamer Knight.
Tamer, thank you. A Conway man is now charged with murder after police say he stabbed a Walmart employee inside the store late Tuesday night. Investigators say officers arrived just before 11 and found the suspect armed with a knife. When he moved toward them and refused commands to drop the knife, police used a taser to take him into custody.
We don't have a motive quite yet. I do think they are centering in on stuff. Obviously, there was a lot of employees that night, so there's a little bit more investigating to go. We have camera footage that we're looking at too, trying to coordinate stories, so still under investigation. At this time that we don't have any kind of correlation between the two or relationship.
The victim, 32-year-old Jordan Drinkwater, later died from her injuries. Walmart has released a statement saying employees have access to mental health services if they need supports. And a quick heads up, if you have United Healthcare, there's an important coverage change now in effect. White River Health is now out of network for many plans, and that affects commercial and Medicare Advantage patients, meaning hospital and facility services could cost more, while doctor visits remain in network for now. Patients who are pregnant or in active treatment may qualify for temporary coverage, but they do need to apply by April 30th. Now let's go back to meteorologist Tracy Bean and the forecast to help you plan your day.
Well, today is going to be mostly cloudy. We do have some rain showers, even a few storms out to the west. I don't anticipate those will make it here this morning, but we will see a bit of development later this afternoon. But your hour-by-hour forecast does include some very gusty winds today, gusting to around 30 miles per hour. We could see a little bit more as you are heading again along those higher elevations. So keeping that in mind, the high today will be in the upper 70s, lower 80s. Now, as far as Easter weekend, we do have our weather impact alert for that line of storms that's coming through. We will see some heavy rain, and a few of those strong storms could be severe. It's very low level as far as that severe threat goes, but keeping in mind we'll need to watch that radar on Saturday and watch for those outdoor plans. But Sunday's looking much better with cooler weather following that front, and that high right around 67.